Have you noticed how many managers are burning out or struggling to connect with their teams today? If leadership skills haven't changed in decades, why are modern workplaces so challenging to lead? The truth is, the workplace of 2025 is nothing like the workplace of 1995. We're leading hybrid teams across time zones. We're working with AI and automation, changing jobs in real time. And employees today want more than a paycheck. They want purpose, growth, and balance. That means the old command and control leadership style? Dead. The best leaders now need a new playbook. So today on the Work Chat, we're diving into the top leadership skills you need to thrive in the modern workplace. And trust me, if you want to be seen as a leader worth following in 2025 and beyond, these skills aren't optional. They're essential. Let's dive in. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Work Chat. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the must-have leadership skills you need in a modern workplace. First, let's talk about how modern leadership is different from what we had in the past. Think about the workplace in 1995 compared to 2025, completely different worlds. Back then, leaders focused on efficiency, hierarchy, and output. Today, leaders have to navigate remote work, rapid change, Gen Z expectations, and technology disruption. Employees don't just want a boss, they want a coach, a mentor, a trusted guide. And here's the kicker, leadership isn't just about titles anymore. Anyone can be a leader if they practice the right skills. So what are the right skills now? Skill number 1, emotional intelligence. We've said it before, and we'll say it again, EQ is the new IQ. In today's workplace, people don't quit jobs, they quit bad managers. And bad managers usually fail because they lack emotional intelligence. That means you need to understand your own emotions, which is self-awareness. Regulate your reactions under stress, which is self-regulation. Stay motivated with purpose, not just pressure. Show empathy to others. Communicate in ways that connect, not just instruct. Let me share a real-life example. A manager who blows up during a crisis loses trust instantly. But a leader who stays calm, listens to concerns, and says, "Here's the plan, we'll figure this out together," that's someone people follow. Skill number 2, adaptability and change leadership. If there's one constant in the modern workplace, it's change. AI is rewriting job descriptions, hybrid work is reshaping team culture, and industries are being disrupted faster than ever. Leaders can't just manage change, they have to lead it. Here are some practical ways for you to show adaptability. Be transparent about what's changing and why. Involve your team in brainstorming solutions. Frame change as opportunity, not threat. One helpful tip is that instead of saying, "We have to do this new process," say, "This shift will make us more effective. Here's how we'll succeed together." Leaders who embrace change build teams that thrive under uncertainty. Skill number 3, communication with clarity. Here's the deal. Leaders today are overloaded with Slack messages, emails, Zoom calls, and updates. Noise everywhere. Your job as a leader? Cut through the noise with clarity. That means get to your point early and clearly when communicating. Tailor your message to your audience, executives, team members, clients. Replace jargon with plain language. For example, instead of "we need to consider synergistic resource allocation strategies," say "we need to decide who's doing what by Friday." Clarity is kindness. Confusing communication leads to stress and wasted time. Skill number 4, coaching and developing others. The best leaders don't just deliver results, they grow people. In fact, according to Gallup, employees who feel their manager invests in their growth are more engaged, more loyal, and more productive. So how do you practice coaching? You can ask more questions instead of giving all the answers. Give feedback focused on behaviors, not personalities. And celebrate progress, not just outcomes. Think of yourself less as a boss and more as a career accelerator for your team. Skill number 5, building psychological safety. Google's famous study on high-performing teams found one thing mattered most: psychological safety, the belief that you can speak up without fear of punishment. That means your team feels safe to ask questions, share ideas, admit mistakes, and challenge assumptions. As a leader, you can model this by saying, "I don't have all the answers. What do you think? Thanks for pointing that out." I hadn't considered it. It's okay to make mistakes here. We learn faster that way. A team that feels safe is a team that innovates. Skill number 6, data-informed decision-making. Modern leaders don't lead by gut feeling alone. They balance data with judgment. That doesn't mean drowning in spreadsheets. It means asking the right questions of the data, using insights to guide choices, and knowing when to trust human judgment over the numbers. For example, data might show customer churn is up, but the why might come from conversations with the support team. Smart leaders combine both. Skill number 7, resilience and well-being leadership. Here's something leaders often forget. Your team takes cues from you. If you're burned out, stressed, and constantly online, your team thinks they have to be too. Resilient leaders model healthy boundaries, normalize breaks and time off, and stay steady in crises. This isn't just about you, it's about creating a sustainable culture where people can perform without burning out. Finally, skill number 8, inclusive and diverse leadership. The modern workplace is global, diverse, and multi-generational. Inclusive leaders don't just check the box. They actively seek out different perspectives, challenge their own biases, and make sure opportunities are distributed fairly. When people feel included, they contribute more. When they feel excluded, they disengage fast. All right, let's do a quick recap of the top leadership skills for the modern workplace. Here are the 8 skills we covered. 1. Emotional intelligence. Lead with empathy and self-awareness. 2. Adaptability. Embrace and guide change. 3. Clarity and communication. Cut through noise with simple messages. 4. Coaching. Grow your people, not just the numbers. 5. Psychological safety. Create a culture where people speak up. 6. Data-informed decisions. Balance insights with judgment. 7. Resilience. Model balance and well-being. 8. Inclusion. Lead diverse teams with fairness and respect. Here's the bottom line. Leadership in modern workplace is not about titles or IQ points. It's about emotional intelligence, adaptability, and creating environments where smart people do their best work. So here's your challenge. Pick just one skill from today's list and practice it this week. Don't try to master all 8 at once. Small steps create lasting change. If this episode resonated with you, hit like and subscribe to the Work Chat for more workplace tips and leadership strategies. And I'd love to hear from you. Which leadership skill do you think is most important in today's workplace? Drop it in the comments or share your thoughts with us. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, leaders aren't born, they're built. See you in the next episode.